Alright, here we go. This is an introduction on how to play Minecraft. So the first thing you want to figure out is how to walk. So you can see here I'm using the right joystick to look up and down, left and right. This is the one to look where you want to look. You don't want to move side to side with the left joystick. You don't want to move backwards with the left joystick. You only want to push up on the left joystick to help you to move forward. As you move, you can turn and look left and right by using the right joystick. So make sure you get out of the habit of moving left and right and back with the left joystick. You only want to use the left joystick to move forward in most situations. Unless you're placing blocks, in which case you'll walk backwards, but we will get to that later. So you can see here I'm moving faster. To move faster to run, which also helps across water, is you push 2 times up on the left joystick. So you just click it to the top, you don't click it in, you just push up 2 times quick and you'll run. And if you hold A, you can jump, which makes you run even faster. So the first thing you'll start with is the map. The map comes in handy because it shows you where you are. First we'll look at the controls, so you can see here how to get to invert look, if it helps you for looking up and down. So you can see on the map where you are, you're the little white dot, and it shows you which direction you're looking at. The Y will tell you the height you are in terms of blocks, and the X and Z is your actual location in the map. So you can make note of that to know where you are, where your home base is, or where important locations are so you can find them later. By using the Y, you can tell where certain ores are, and that'll help you with mining to find diamonds and better items like that. The hardest part of Minecraft is surviving the first night. So what you want to try to do is get a bunch of wood set up. You're going to need wood to basically build everything you want. So we're going to start by collecting a bunch of wood, and you can see there are different tree types. Birch, oak, spruce, a bunch of different types. And different types of wood have different colors. So they'll build different colored things, different colored wood blocks, different colored wood doors or fences or gates. And to chop down this, all you have to do is hold the right trigger. So you just hold the right trigger, and that is how you hit stuff. Whether or not you're holding a tool, you always hold down the trigger. You don't click it, you just hold it down. And so right now I'm just punching it with my fist, so it takes longer. If we had an axe, it would go a lot quicker. All right, and then another thing you'll notice is once you've chopped down a tree completely and there's no wood attached to it, eventually a little sapling will fall, and that allows you to replant the tree. So pretty soon we should see a sapling fall from one of these trees. There's one there. So to place something down, whether it's a block, whether it's a sapling, whether it's a fence, you just left trigger. So the left trigger is going to place a block down. You just have to make sure you're looking near you. If you look too far in front of you, you can't place it. You have to be within a few blocks to be able to place it down near you. So now I've pressed X to go into the menu to build a crafting table. Crafting table allows you to build anything in the game. So now once we have the crafting table placed down by using the left trigger, we press X over it to get into it. And we've just built our first tool, a wooden pickaxe. So we're only going to use the wooden pickaxe for a short amount of time till we can build a cobblestone pickaxe. First we gotta get rid of this stupid bow and arrow guy. Get rid of him. Alright, so now we're back to hitting cobblestone. This gray kind of smooth rock is cobblestone. The one beside it was gravel. Gravel's pretty useless. You kind of just want to avoid gravel, and gravel will fall on you. So if you're mining below it and you hit a block and gravel comes right below, it will crush you. So you got to be very careful it's not right above you. To mine gravel quicker, you would use a shovel. Same with mining the dirt, which is everywhere. Like this grass stuff is dirt. You'd use a shovel. But for the other ores, we're going to be using a pickaxe. So there we saw we got 2 sheep. So the way you survive your first night of Minecraft, the hardest thing is finding sheep, because you need 3 sheep to be able to build a bed. So we're going around looking for sheep now. We've built a better sword by mining a little bit of cobblestone, and there we go, we got our 3 sheep. And now that we have 3 sheep's wool, we can take out our crafting table and we're going to build a bed. So we're getting rid of tools. So you can see I just threw it over on the side of the menu and it gets rid of it. And we move away from it so we don't pick it up accidentally. Now we've gotten rid of that stupid wooden useless tool. The better the tool, the longer they last. Also, the more efficient they are, so the more you can get through things quicker. Here we go, we just built our first bed. So you can see I have all my tools that I'm going to need for the starting. Pickaxe, sword, and an axe to get some wood a little bit quicker. All of them are from that cobblestone. And in here's all the different things you can build. Your menu might look a little bit different depending on the version you have. And you can scroll up and down through some of them too to see different things. So you can build your railroads, mine carts, all the different things you need right from the crafting table. Now this stuff here with the little black dots is coal. So anytime you see it with the black dots, we get some coal out of it, which is really helpful. You'll hear the little ding, and that has that green bar where there's your 1. The 1 is your level. The higher your level, the more things you can enchant. So you can use it for sort of like leveling up your weapons or your pickaxes so they become even more efficient or they break less often, and it just makes mining a lot quicker and easier. So every time you mine a certain thing that drops those little green things, or every time you kill a monster or a mob, then you'll level up part of that green bar. And depending on how you're trying to enchant, you might need more or less sort of XP or levels. So you can see down here we have a bit of a cave. Cave systems are good to mine because you'll find a lot of stuff in them. You have to be careful because monsters spawn in darkness. So that's why they come out at night, which is why it's really important to be able to make a bed in your first night so you can survive. If you don't have a bed, you have to basically dig a hole and just hide in the hole all night so you can survive all the monsters. When you go down into a cave like that, you can place torches to light your way. And the torches will make it so monsters don't spawn quite as frequently, and it allows you to see while you're mining. So here's a cow. Cows are probably one of the better meat sources in the game. Once you've cooked a piece of meat, especially steak, you can see your little health bar, the little sort of drumsticks. Eating 1 cooked steak will heal you 4 times, 4 of those little bars. So you'll heal up a lot quicker, and it's a lot more efficient to eat. So eventually here, we're going to try to build a furnace so we can cook some of this in. It also lets us smelt different metals like iron, and that way we can build better tools. It lets you turn sand into glass if you want to build a house with glass windows. So there's the furnace there. Just take some cobblestones. It's pretty easy to make. But you're always going to need a source of heat in it. It could be lava. It could be stuff from the netherworld, which we'll get to later. But the basic source is going to be coal. So we found some coal, so we can use it now. And we'll put some coal in, and then we can cook our food. Alright, there we go. Found some more coal. And we'll put in the coal into the bottom where it says fuel. And we'll put some of the meat in the top. And it's going to take a few seconds. You can see the arrow building up. When that arrow is complete, then that food will be done. And this can be a long process. You can always just exit out of the menu and walk away, go do other things and come back later. But you don't want to forget it for too long because it can explode if you just leave it and it's always on fire. For some reason it can explode, but not always. And that also might depend on the version of the game you have. Alright, so we got some pork chops. We got our steak, so we got a bit of food, so that's gonna help us survive. You can see it's kind of getting dark around us, so it's almost nighttime. Ideally, you'll have the first night you'll probably just sleep in the open. You can make like a little safe haven by putting blocks around you to protect yourself. But as long as you put your bed down where there's no monsters, it'll let you go to sleep and you should be able to wake up in the morning and the monsters will be gone. You can't put your bed down when there's lots of monsters near, so you got to make sure you're away from them. And that's also why you want to build a house eventually, so then you can place your bed and leave it in there, and then you can always have another bed in your inventory, so when you're out and about exploring, if you need to sleep because you didn't make it home in time, you can have your other bed to go to sleep in. So there we survived our first night. And so the next thing we probably want to do is start mining. We want to upgrade these tools a little bit. And we want to get some more materials so we're going to be able to build our own house. Here's some water. So you can see you can go underwater, you can look, you can see little bubbles that tell you how much oxygen you have left. That's right above your food bar. There's different things. There's some squid in there. There might be other animals or fish in there. You can go fishing to find different things. You can find enchanted books or different objects, or fish even. And eventually you can get potions that allow you to breathe underwater for a certain amount of time. And that way you can really explore underwater if you want. Here's sand, so you can see sand falls. So as I hit it, the ones above it fall down. It acts a lot like gravel. And so sand and gravel are the ones you got to be careful of, because if you are underneath it while it falls, it can suffocate you. So you'll have to chop it really quickly or make sure you can move out of that position. And again, sand, gravel, and dirt you use a shovel with. All the other different types of material you're going to use a pickaxe for. You have a hoe for your garden, so eventually you'll hoe on top of dirt or grass, and that'll turn it into tilled soil that you can start planting crops using seeds. And now we got one of these bone guys after us. We're just going to get out of here. You'll notice too, we picked up one of the bones from the earlier guy we killed. We can give that bone to a wolf and tame him, and he'll be our dog and pet, and we can name him and give him a colored collar by placing different colored flowers on him. We'll change the color of his collar and he'll follow us around and protect us. And you can press the left trigger on him to make him sit if you want to keep him in one spot so he doesn't follow you into your mine or something like that. So here we're going to build a basic kind of staircase going down. One block down, one block over. And we're just going to build this down to the bottom. And the reason we're not going straight down is because if we go just straight down, there's a chance we're going to fall into lava. And if we fall into lava, we're pretty much dead. Once you die, you'll respawn in your bed if you're playing on easy mode. If you're in hardcore, you only get one life and then the game's over and you lose everything. But you'll be on easy mode to start. So once you die, all your stuff will be left there. You'll wake up in your bed and you're going to want to run as quick as you can to find your tools and all the stuff you lost. But if you fall in lava, it's all going to melt and you're going to lose everything. So it's really critical that you don't go straight down and fall into lava. Unless, of course, you have autosave turned off. And if you turn off autosave from your main menu by pressing the start button, then if you do die in lava, you could just back out without saving, restart the game, and start where you left off so you didn't ever die. Now, if you do end up dying somehow and you don't back out and you respawn and you want to go get your stuff, it's really important that you go get it, because not only do you get your tools back and all the inventory you had, but you also get a portion of those green dots, so your green health bar. So if you're like a level 10 and you die, you're gonna lose all that. So when you run out there, you'll find some of those green floating orbs, and you can pick it up so you get some of your levels back, but you don't usually get them all back. So when you're just starting out, it might be easier to just have autosave turned off. Maybe like every night when you go to bed in the game, you save it. So you'll have to physically press the start menu and click on save. And that way you save every day, and then if you do die, you can just restart that day. So here we're going down. I'm placing torches every once in a while so we can see a little bit better. And to place a torch, again, it's just the left trigger. So we made torches in our crafting table. All it takes is some wood sticks and ore, and that'll get you a torch, which is why this coal is so important, because you can use it to build torches, to fuel your furnace. And there we go, we're out of that. So we're gonna need to make another one, another pickaxe. So here we go, with the cobblestone, we got a stone pickaxe. So we can keep going down. It's always good to have your pickaxes sort of sorted, and I like to keep my torches right beside it on the little bar below. You can move around with that bar by using the Y button, and then you can sort your objects the way you want them sorted. So I'll usually have some meat down there, my crafting table, my pickaxe, and my torches. And that way I can quickly light my way. I just have to move over by using the RB and LB, which is right above your trigger buttons on your controller. And that moves through that little bottom menu. I can just quickly move over to put out a torch, and then I press the LB to move back over, and then I can be in my joystick. So here we found some lava. I usually check out spots with lava because usually good things like diamonds, or in this case we got some iron, spawn around it. So this sort of pinky colored, taupe colored ore is iron. And with iron we can get a better pickaxe. So the next one up from stone is iron, and that's going to allow us to dig quicker. It's also going to help our pickaxe to last longer, and it's going to just make it a lot more efficient to mine. So as soon as I get some of this, I always like to build up, and I kind of keep upgrading. Now the next one up from iron is going to be gold, but really you don't want to build golden tools. They're kind of a waste because they don't work that well. You can't mine very hard things with them. They're not all that much more efficient. Gold is a lot better used for other things, such as powered minecarts. So once you build your minecarts, you can use gold to power them, so you'll go faster. Whoops. So I just walked into the lava there. It shouldn't kill me because I got out of it pretty quick, but you can see my hearts are dropping. And my hearts won't heal back up unless I have full food bars. So the little drumsticks I would need to eat for those hearts to start healing, regenerating. So if you're out and about near monsters, it's always good to make sure your hearts are as full as possible. So I'd probably want to eat. I'll just mine some more of this that we found here. This is good. We're getting lots of this right now. Now I'm in this little hole, so to get back out, I could just jump, or I could have placed blocks below me and jump straight up. You can always just hit your little torches by pressing the right trigger, whether you have a pickaxe in your hand or nothing in your hand. You just punch it out and you'll get your torches back. That might be important at the start when you don't have a lot of coal. Eventually you won't really care and you're just going to leave your torches everywhere. Alright, so you can see iron comes in pockets like that. Sometimes if you only see one or two, you just hit a couple blocks and it's hidden behind some other blocks and you'll find more. We've smelted our iron and now we have little iron ingot, or iron ore is the blocks of it. There we go. We've made an iron pickaxe now. We still have 3 iron left over. So we're going to be able to mine a lot quicker now. And we're going to try to just get to the bottom so you can see what it looks like once you hit bedrock. Bedrock is at the very bottom. You can't break through bedrock. And down near the bottom is where we find better things. So certain things will not spawn. They won't load in at the top of the world. You'll have to get near the bottom to get to the good things, such as diamond or redstone. So redstone you'll use to power things. It's kind of like electricity in the game, and it lets you power your minecarts. And it comes in little red blocks. Or, well, it's gray blocks with little red pieces. And here you can see we're going to go straight down. We're going to risk it. Hope we don't fall into some lava. just so we can get down quicker. And every time we hit one of these blocks, we're picking them up too, so that's good. We can use this to help build our house later, because we're going to have lots of blocks built up. And then later we can always switch out what kind of blocks we want to use for our house to make it look differently. Maybe you want to make a wooden house, so you're going to need lots of wood, or maybe you want you don't want to use cobblestone, you want to use andesite or granite or something to build your house for a different color. Alright, so you see this black, it's kind of like black with lines. You can't hit through that. No matter what pickaxe you have, you cannot get through it. That is bedrock. That is the bottom. Now, counting from the bottom, oh, look at this, we found some gold. So there we go, a gold block. We're going to use that for our power cart. You can see there's none around, but there are. You just have to hit a few blocks around. You're going to find, there it is. There's our other chunk of gold. So we know they always come in pockets of more than 1 or 2 usually. Sometimes you can get pockets up to 8 or so. So we're just going to hit around there, and we found a couple more gold. There might be more behind it. And now I like to mine like this. I like to go in just one straight section, and every few feet I'll place a torch so I can see. And here we go. We got some more iron coming. So we're getting lots of iron off the bat. And what I'll do is I'll mine straight down here until eventually I would hit some lava or a big cave or something I can't get through. And then I would stop and I'd turn around and I'd start out a new line. And that way I'm just mining as quick as possible to find the things I need. Now, what we want to find, because we don't want to use gold for our pickaxes or our tools, we want to use diamond. Diamond is the best. Once you find diamond, you're going to want to use it for your tools. And it's the most efficient, whether that be for using swords on enemies. Here we go, some red granite. Or using it for mining like this with your pickaxe. It'll be a lot faster, it'll last a lot longer. You don't want to waste enchanting, an iron pickaxe. You want to enchant your good stuff, your diamond tools. So we would only want to enchant that. There you can see I accidentally threw my tool. I didn't want it. I threw it down. To throw something, you just press B and you'll drop it or throw it. You'll get rid of that item. And that's something you can do as well when your inventory's full. It's another method other than pressing Y and clicking and dragging it away from you. So we're level 4 now because we're getting all this ore. You can hear monsters making noise. That might mean that there's a cave around. Oh, yeah, here there's a cave. So there's probably monsters in this cave. This blue stuff is lava lazuli. Lapis lazuli. There we go. And you can see a monster's exploded. It's called a creeper. It's this green thing. You'll hear the hissing. You'll hear it go psss. And once it starts making that noise, it's about to explode. So you always want to move away, especially if you're near something you built, like your house. You got to be really careful they're not around because they will destroy everything. Here we go. We found redstone. So this is kind of like the electricity stuff we would use to power certain things. And so you can see we're finding a lot more down near the bottom of the game. To find diamond, we actually went up a little bit. Diamond spawns anywhere from bottom at bedrock all the way up to about 16. And you can tell what level you're on by just counting from the bottom up or taking out your map and looking at the Y, and it's going to tell you your coordinates. Once you're above 16, you're not really going to find diamond. It might not spawn at all. I forget if it's 16 or 20 or so. I find the best level to find diamond is about 10. Right around 10 to 12, you're going to find diamond the most. So when you're looking for diamond off the bat, I'd try to mine on those levels. Again, I found some lava, so I always like to look around because sometimes diamond's hiding right on the edges of the lava. You got to be careful when you're mining near lava that you don't fall in, or that when you hit a diamond, it doesn't fall into the lava because you'll lose it. Now see here, I can't jump up. It's because that torch is in the way, so I just have to hit the torch. And now all I'm doing is pressing the left trigger to push down a block. And then I'm jumping with A at the same time. So I'm going to jump, and then as I jump, I press the left trigger. You might have to practice that a few times to get the hang of it, but it's really easy to be able to go up, to build up on something. So now I'm just kind of climbing those stairs we made. We'll get out of this tunnel. We got enough iron. You can see the redstone now, lapis lazuli. All these different things are used to build certain things. But we were really hoping to get diamond, which we didn't find in this little mining expedition. Get up to the top and we can see it's nighttime, so we're just going to sleep right here before we go out and find monsters. When you sleep, you'll wake up automatically the next morning, and and the monsters will be gone, or they'll be starting on fire because they burn from the sun. And there you can see the sun's rising. It's always good to pay attention where the sun is in the sky, so then you can also kind of know where you are if you ever get lost, but you know that your house is over where the sun is setting. Then you just have to go over where the sun's setting, and hopefully you'll find your house depending on where you started out. So now that we have some blocks, we kind of got the basics, we got a few of our tools set up. I'm going to take a look around, see where we are, see where's a good place to build home base. Want to be maybe somewhere near water. You can build it really anywhere. It depends what kind of base you're looking for. You might want to build one right into a mountain. You might want to build one underground. You might want to build one that's near just like a plain. That's what I usually do. So I have a lot of free area to build, so it's nice and flat and easy to build on. So see here, my guy in the top left, you can see he's going up and down. It's because he's crouching. So to crouch, you click your right joystick in. You click it in until you hear a click. So you push it straight down, you'll hear a click. That lets your guy crouch. And when you're crouched, you can't fall off. So you can see that I'm building blocks on the edge. And it's very, very dangerous. But because I'm clicked in, I'll never fall off. So it's really easy to build straight out like I just did. So that's a really handy trick to keep in mind when you're building high above something. You don't want to fall off and have to climb back up. You just click the right stick in and you'll be able to stay on it. So see here, we've climbed our way up here. We're looking around, see what's good. Kind of like this place. It's got an ocean, got it flat. We're right near a bunch of spruce trees. We're kind of near some snow. Kind of got a lot of different things going on, which is nice because you can go explore different biomes, different areas. So maybe we'll just build kind of near where we are, find a flat spot to build our home base. And we can always branch out later. We can always build bigger bases in other places, have multiple different places where we go and have our house sort of set up. But I usually like to have one big major base right from the beginning. And we're not even going to travel very far for this one. We're going to build it right here. We got access to water, which is always nice to have, which is going to help with farming. There we go. Get our hearts up. We'll get some more steak. We could even make an iron sword by now, and it'll help us killing some of those animals quicker. But the stone one works pretty well. And here we go. Let's just build a quick little house right here. And maybe we'll speed this up a little bit. Okay, we've sped up a little, and here you can see how I'm building stuff. So you always want to build backwards. This is the one time where you're going to use your left joystick and walk straight backwards. Never left, right, but we are going to go back this time. And that allows us to place blocks really quickly. So instead of clicking that left trigger in, you just hold the left trigger and it's going to place blocks infinitely. And as long as we keep walking backwards, it's just going to keep placing them in front of us, which makes it really easy to lay down these sort of rows of blocks. If you tried to do it walking forward, you'd keep hitting your block and it'd be really frustrating. So you want to walk backwards when you're placing the blocks. So you'll press down on that left joystick and hold your left trigger in, and that's going to place them quickly. And again, you can see this menu, all the different things depending on your version. You might have some of these, you might not. But you can find there's a redstone torch that's going to help you power electrical things, maybe even your mine carts. Here we got mine carts, and there's the gold tracks you need to power them, and you can see it uses redstone, and we would need a torch to power it. You could put your redstone torch one block away to power it. You can build whole blocks if you have a bunch of different diamonds or gold. You can build a whole golden block out of it, maybe for decoration or just to save space in your chests. That's another thing you can build is chests so that you can hold your different things. We got shears to shave our sheep. We got buckets. We're going to actually build a bucket. Buckets could be used to milk a cow. You can use that milk for various different things, maybe getting poison off if you got attacked by a certain poisonous monster. That's not too handy though. We do want it to pick up water though. That allows us to move water around. We could build our own little pond or our own water source. You could build a waterfall. You can just To get the water, we just find a water source. With the bucket out, we press the left trigger to pick it up. And then to place it, just like we place anything, it's always the left trigger. So we would place it and that would shoot it down. We've made some stairs here. Stairs are kind of cool because you can use these stairs for your roof. Make it look like a slanted roof. There we placed it in a weird spot. Now depending where you're looking when you place it, it will make the shape of it go upside down or sideways. So there, look at that one. They have kind of a corner edge to it because of how far away we were when we put it down. So you got to be careful when you're placing stairs. It can get frustrating. If you're not looking at the right spot, you'll just have to play around with it to see how to place it properly. If you're aiming too high or too low, it might place it upside down or it might make that corner block. You can also build some doors. You could build it with stone, or you could build it with iron, or we're going to use some wood. And we just built 2 chests and our door. We're going to make sure we get our crafting table back every time. Always make sure you pick this back up. And we might place a crafting table in our house, so then we can just leave one there and just make another one. You can have as many as you need. That way when you come to your house, you kind of have everything set up. You don't have to place stuff down and pick it back up. So here we go. We're going to put our door right here. You can put 2 doors side by side. We're just going to do 1 for now. And that's going to keep monsters out, but it's going to let us to walk into our house. There we go. To open it, you just left trigger, left trigger. Left trigger kind of opens and closes things. It places things. It kind of does everything. The right trigger always punches things or chops things down. So there we accidentally placed the stair the wrong way again. It can be tricky to where to place them. We're going to place it on this side this time, and there we place the stairs so you can just walk up. You don't have to jump up those blocks anymore. You just place it, and now you can walk up and down the stairs. We're going to keep our furnace here so we can smelt stuff. We can make more furnaces and make it easier to smelt things. And while we're here, may as well smelt a bunch of our iron, get that going. This is pretty basic little house, but just so you can see what you can start with. You can build yours 100 times bigger than this with different rooms and corridors. We're going to start storing some of the stuff we don't need to carry with us. You can make these chests, store different things, keep it all sorted. You can even put a little sign above it, build a sign and put it above it and name it so you know that your chest has tools in it or crops in it or whatever you might have in it. And you see, because we placed 2 small chests side by side, it makes 1 giant chest, which is a little more convenient for accessing things. So I always make my chest into a double chest because it's just easier. All right, so now we're looking through, trying to see if we can build a painting. So you see you need different things. You need leather for books, or you need paper. You got to go find sugarcane. Sugarcane is usually found near water. And you just chop it down and you get sugarcane. You can build some paper out of it. For this, luckily, we don't need any sugarcane. We just need wool and sticks. And now we've got a painting, so we can decorate this a little better. We've got this freaky lady with the pig thing. Cool. So we're starting to build our house. We'd want to place torches around there to keep it nice and bright so monsters don't spawn. So they don't start in our house, right? So we keep the monsters away by keeping torches and keeping it bright enough. So we put torches all around that house and all inside the house until later maybe we want to build lanterns or something that looks a little better. But for now, that's good enough. This isn't the way we go to get to our cave. So what we want to see is if we can get some obsidian. Obsidian's really useful. It helps us get to the nether. It helps us to be able to... It's basically one of the strongest blocks that you can break. So you need diamond to be able to chop it down. It's this cool purpley black color, but you can use it to build different things. It won't start on fire. It won't burn down. You can use it to build a really strong house or maybe a strong secret room in your house. Yeah, and like I said, you can use it to build a portal to the nether world where you can get where you can kill different monsters, and you'll be able to get things that you'll use for potion to be able to see at night, or see underwater, or breathe underwater, or have extra strength or speed, or whatever it is you might want to do. That'll come from the nether, so you'll need obsidian to get to the nether. Because it's night, we're just going to sleep in our house, so we're a little bit safer, and then we'll go back out there. Alright, pick up our bed since we only have one right now, or normally I just leave it in our house, but we're going to keep it in case we get stuck out here at nighttime and we need to sleep and can't make it home in time. Check on our iron, we're almost done it, we'll take some of it. Keep that smelting. You see it takes a little while, so you may want to set up a bunch of furnaces in one little section of your house. Yeah, we'll get an iron sword that's going to help us fight off the monsters a little bit easier. And we could have made more buckets of water. We could make as many buckets as we want. It takes up a lot of iron, but you can, and then you can carry, 5 buckets of water and use it to build your pool or your pond a lot quicker instead of just carrying one bucket over and over. There's also a trick that I'll show you later that is going to allow you to be able to have an infinite source of water with only 2 buckets, and that way you can just keep scooping out the same portion of water to build out whatever it is you need with water. We could also use, I keep sort of chopping down and going down, we could also build ladders with just wood and sticks, and you'll be able to climb up and down your ladder when you're going vertically, so you don't have to keep placing blocks and jumping up your blocks. It's usually a lot easier. It's what I would normally do mining, so I go straight down here and then I build a ladder straight up. And because the torch might get in the way, I would just chop out one side wall instead of putting it like that. I would chop out that block and put it in the blocks, and then it wouldn't get in my way again. Alright, so I remember the lava's somewhere over here. We're going to see if we can make some obsidian. So to make obsidian, it's always water mixed with lava. And you could pick up lava with your bucket too and carry that over to water. In this case, we've taken water and we're carrying it over to lava. Take a look at our map, see where we are now. You can see the coordinates have changed. We're on level 12, so we should find diamonds around here. And you can see how it's building out the landscape of where we are in the map too. Alright, place it. The water's going all over. If I pick it up from the source again, I'll pick up that water, and the water disappears. Now the lava has turned to this purpley black obsidian. And we want this very badly, so we can use it to get to the nether. But, unfortunately, it will not work with an iron pickaxe. We would need a diamond pickaxe to be able to mine it, so that's why we need to find diamonds soon. Alright, so you can see that eventually you'll actually be able to break it with that iron pickaxe, but we can't pick up the block. The block disappears. There's lava under there too, so you gotta be careful about that. We would have lost the block anyway. Yeah, we need a diamond pickaxe. You can see here we're placing some blocks on the lava. By hitting at the right angle, we're able to place it beside it so we could walk across that lava. It's all a matter of where you place it. If you try to go straight down, there might not be a block below for your block to hit, so you just have to go on an angle, kind of hit the side of another block, and then you can walk across your lava. See, we got a lot of different ore here. We got redstone, we got a lot of iron. Just take a look for diamond. We don't have it. There's a bunch of gold. We'd want to pick all that up, but we're just going through to find diamond. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to find any right now. Alright, so instead of looking everywhere for diamond, we're just going to jump into my other world that has everything kind of completed. And you can take a look at that. Now this is a different version than yours, so it's going to look a little bit different. Actually, it doesn't look quite as nice. But here's my house, my castle. We got it on fire with this netherrock on top. I've got jack-o'-lanterns, so I found pumpkins. You can turn them into jack-o'-lanterns. And they're pretty bright, so I use them kind of as a light source instead of torches. They're a little bit more handy, and I decorate with them, so they're kind of all over my world, lighting my way. Here we've got some glass on top of the house. You can see down skylights into the different people's rooms. If we climb up this ladder I built, we have some different observatory decks, so you can kind of see the land, see what we're looking at. Could use an elytra wing set to be able to jump off here later in the game so you can fly around. So you see straight out there, we have a water slide I built that is just full of, it's basically just a waterfall that allows you to put a boat on it and you can go down like a water slide. Got all of our farming down there. Built that big waterfall by hand so that we have a nice waterfall to look at. You can see the different trails and paths. We have them all lit up with these pumpkins everywhere. You could use torches to start, but it's kind of cool. You see all around my farm, it has all those jack-o'-lanterns in the grass to keep things bright at night so monsters don't spawn. And we have different animals sorted by different fences. There we got our pigs, we got our cows, we got our sheep in different colors. So we've dyed our sheep to get different colored wool from them so we can decorate things differently. Got some chickens here. We got this little guest house for when Kyle plays. It's got a path. Again, all the paths are the same. Kyle's name on the sign. We've got our whole compound sort of fenced in to keep as many monsters out as possible. Sometimes they like to come in even though it's bright. Here's our little stable. Everyone's got their own horse. Down here we have some automatic farming set up, which takes a little bit of time. Maybe you need another tutorial on YouTube to be able to figure this out. Here is sugarcane, like I was talking about before, to help you build books and bookshelves. Use it for enchantment tables. So you just put it beside the water. It goes beside the water and you chop down the top 2 levels and keep your bottom one to keep it growing. In here, we have a minecart that's going to move back and forth. It punches out these watermelon and pumpkins. The minecart goes around in a circle, picking them up, placing them into these chests, and we get hundreds and hundreds of watermelon and pumpkins. And because it's getting late, we'll go to bed. Here I have an automatic door, so I don't have to keep pressing the left trigger to open it. I just step on these little pressure plates and sticky pistons slide it open. So every time we walk through, we just walk through and the monsters can't walk, and they're not smart enough really to get in through those. So we step on those plates, go to bed. Here's my bedroom. We have 4 people playing in this world, so we have 4 different rooms in the house. This is my little house. I got a fireplace here where I hide my chest with all my goodies. All these enchanted books and iron and gold and diamond and my good pickaxes. Everything that I don't want other people to find, I kind of have hidden under that fireplace. Nobody notices. And each chest has its own thing. There's minecart chest, bones. We got our different food and items. And there we've labeled it, weapons and tools in that one. Katie's room, she's got a nice purple bed and all this different stuff. She's decorated with flowers. And go down into the basement side. We got the roof full of pumpkins to keep it nice and bright in here. This clock used to be an elevator, but it doesn't work on this version, unfortunately. So I've had to make a secret room back here. We just walk through that painting. No one knows it's there. And then we go to the secret room. And we've set it up to look like a Toronto maple leaf. And down here we have a lot of good items that we keep hidden from other people. All of our diamonds. Everything down there, all of our different things for potions. Things are hard to find. We don't want other players to take. We keep them hidden. All these chests are all sorted by different types of blocks that we get from mining, so we can keep them whenever we need them. Lapis lazuli. Here we go. All the potions. Potion of speed and healing and swiftness, strength. All the different things there. And I'll show you how we make them. So we go upstairs. And again, a big window you can see out there. We got these lanterns up top. You get those from underwater. Diamond walls. These are our brewing stands. This is how you make your potion. So you're going to need some of these items, which you find in the netherworld. I'll show you how to get there. And that's how you can build out potions. So you just put a little glass in there. You get your fuel rod. And depending what types of things you mix, you can put it in. Now you see this little square here of water. We could permanently take water out of there. So you put one dish of water on one corner and one on the opposite corner. And that's going to fill that up in a perfect square. And you can always take from that water and it'll never disappear. So it's kind of like an infinite water pond, and it's only 4 blocks big. So it's nice and handy to have in your house, kind of like a mini well. This over here is the enchanting stand where we can enchant this. You can see unbreaking, mending, efficiency. Different pickaxes have different things, and that allows you to mine quicker, mine longer without breaking your stuff. Same with your swords. You might have a kickback, so it's gonna, or knockback. It's gonna knock back the monsters, but maybe you don't want them knocked back because then you can't kill them as quick and they just keep coming at you. So you don't want that one. Maybe you want one that has like strength, or I have a sword that has fire aspect to it. So it's going to start one of the monsters on fire, or even when I kill a cow, it starts it on fire for me before it dies and it automatically cooks my meat. So it's nice and handy just to get your meat cooked. And that all comes from enchanting your weapons. That was a little secret room back there with a pressure plate. You throw it through the painting, no one notices, and it hits a pressure plate, automatically opening that door. So again, I have just secret rooms so nobody can find my stuff. Over here we got the doghouse with all these dogs I've collected. They bring bones out. You find wolves, give them a bone. They like you, they follow you back, and use them for protection. Got flowers planted around. Down here, built an underground and underwater world. So we kind of have this tunnel system going through the water, which is kind of cool. All these sea lanterns lighting the way with this bluish white tint. So you can see here we're underwater in our tunnel. We have a big world underwater to the right. We won't go to that. We'll just show you this. This is the cave system that we built underneath our waterfall. So we got, again, lanterns kind of lighting everything up. Stairs so we can just walk up nice and easy. Here's that waterfall that you could see from the house before. Now it's raining out. And because it's raining, it's darker, and that means monsters will spawn just like it's nighttime, but you can't sleep. So it's always good to be doing something indoors or away from sort of where the monsters will be, unless you're going out to battle to get leveled up or something like that. You can place armor on. You can see my guy in the top left has all that blue. It's all that diamond armor. So diamond helmet and boots, and you can also enchant them. So I have boots so I can walk on water faster, and I have body armor that helps my chest so that I don't get exploded as easily and things like that. So here we're going into this purple thing. All around that purple thing is obsidian. So obsidian was the stuff you get from lava and water. You can see it's that black purpley stuff. You would put it in a shape like that. It just has to be, I guess, like 4 wide and I think 5 high. And then what you do is you ignite it by using flint. And once it's on fire, it turns into the purple color. And that allows you to get to this place, the Netherworld. A little bit scary, a little bit creepy. It's got a lot of lava around. It's got all these blocks, but it has different things. You can get quartz in here. You can kill the monsters and get whatever kind of potion things they'll have, and you can build your potions out. So once you've got some diamond armor and diamond sword, it's a place to go to start getting farther in the game. So there's our portal to get to it here. I have other portals set up because depending where your portal is in your side of the world, you'll be in a different place on their side of the world. So they have different strongholds, different sort of castles and stuff where you'll find chests with really good loot in them. And so you want to search those out. You might want to build your portal in different places till you just land in one, so you're not walking around the Nether all the time and getting lost in there, because it can be kind of tricky if you get lost and you don't have flint and stuff to build it back up. All right, little sheep, get out of our minecart. Here we have minecarts going to different places. They go to villages to find villagers. They go to different things we found that we want to get to quicker. They take us to different nether portals. Some of them are just to explore, go to different biomes and come back. Through this cave here is kind of cool. And they just allow you to travel a little bit faster. You can see we got the redstone ones every 11 to 22. I kind of put them so you can go faster. They speed things up or you won't move fast enough. And so those are the ones you would need with gold. So yeah, about every 22 I think is a good number to keep your speed up. So that's how sort of the mine carts work there. And you can see the little redstone torch we just went by. That lights up the golden ones, the ones that are red. It needs a power source. You use a redstone torch beside it. It has to be 1 block away. And you'll know it's working because the track will light up with the gold and red, or else it will be very dull, meaning it's not powered. Once it's powered, it'll make you move faster. Now over here we have an automatic farm. I have a switch. You click the switch, it's going to shoot down water and it's going to pick up all those crops and it harvests it automatically. It's a little complex to make, but you just have to put water sources beside your crops over a few blocks, and that's going to allow your crops to grow. You plant seeds, wheat seeds, carrots, whatever they are, it'll grow, and you'll find these different things out scavenging, or you can find it by trading with villagers. When you run into a village, you'll notice it's a village because it has little mini houses and stuff, and you'll go and you'll find the villagers and you can talk to them and they'll want to trade with you. Sometimes they'll rip you off. They'll want emeralds for like a carrot, which is just not worth it. Usually trading to emeralds is never worth it unless they're giving them to you. But they'll also have crops. They'll have potatoes and carrots and different things in their garden. You can just steal it from them and go back to your place and start building out your garden. So here we're taking this little minecart I built to take us to where I've stolen some villagers. I took them by placing them in minecarts. There's a cat. Brought them over to here to get an iron golem farm, which just means it's like an infinite source of iron because iron golems spawn to protect these guys. They fall in my lava trap and I get iron out of it. It's a little complex. Here we go. I've got them housed in here so they can't leave, and I can go trade with them whenever I want. And there's different types of villagers. There's butchers, there's librarians, there's all different sorts. And depending what they are, they might trade with you different things. The blacksmith villager might trade with you like tools. The farming type of villager, I don't even know what they're called. They're going to trade you crops and different stuff. So different villagers will do different things. This is how I mine. So I set this up. I have 3 blocks by 3 all the way down. And then every 2 blocks, I have a row that's too high. So it just fits. So it's nice, quick, and easy. And it's very efficient because you can see on either of those 2 sides, you're going to be able to see if there's diamond. So no matter what, I won't miss a diamond, whether it's on my roof, on my floor, to the left or the right. When I'm going down a tunnel, I will find the diamond. I don't do any more than I have to or any less. So you can see here I've kind of come to the end. There's a cave. I don't really want to go through the cave because there's monsters and stuff. So I just end my tunnel there and I place these torches to know don't go down there anymore. And same with any of these rows. Once I get to the end of the row, when I hit a bunch of lava or if I hit a big cave, I'll just stop it there. I don't want to keep going because it makes the mining inefficient, so I'll end it. So here you can see a new row. Let's start down this row. So we're just going to go too high, and there we go. I'll put a torch so I can see. And it's nothing fancy. It's just to be efficient. And here on dirt, I should be using a shovel to go quicker, but that's okay. So you can see with this souped up diamond pickaxe, it goes really quick, so I can mine through really fast. But there we go. That's basically a quick intro to how to play the basics of Minecraft, to survive your first night by getting a bed, setting up your first house in whatever sort of biome or land you want to build it in, building some of the basics with your crafting table, some of the ways to move, to place things with your left trigger, to hit things with your right trigger, to move in your menu with your RB and LB, the buttons right above your trigger. Remember, you can crouch down by clicking in the left stick, and that helps you move when you're on one block up in the air so you don't fall off of it. And then you can just go through and see what things you want to make. And you can always figure out how to make them by pressing the X. So if you're unsure, if you're hovering over it in your crafting table and you press X on top, it'll tell you what it is. If you press X again, it'll tell you the ingredients you need, and so on. So you can always press X over top of things in your crafting table to see what they are, how to make them. And that's pretty much a basic tutorial of Minecraft.